Hello friends, this is Anu from Tech. I have a Samsung Galaxy A54, which is a long-term review of this phone. If you are under a budget of $350 in US or $300 in US and 34,000 Indian rupees in India, I think, and if you want all the flagship features except for the Samsung DEX feature and the telephoto lens, high-end processor, if you don't want those features, then this is one good phone to recommend. But if you are a gamer, so this phone is not for you. If you are a normal phone user like me, who browses the applications, the browsers, who watches YouTube videos, Instagram reels, and then takes a bit of photos, and if you want a pair of good cameras, then this is the best suggestion. But for the same price, you can get so many other models from other brands. You can check in other videos. Has a 6.4-inch screen, and this makes a compact phone. So I had the Samsung Galaxy S21 FE because it had terrible battery issues and heating up, and it was heating up bad. And despite that phone being a water resistant phone, it fell in the toilet, and I had to replace that mic jack of that phone now. So I was looking out for a phone under the Samsung brand, and it should have that 6.4-inch screen, and I cannot spend more like $1,000 or $800 to get another flagship phone. No, I don't need a flagship phone, but at least a mid-range phone. But the reality is that for a mid-range phone, previously the prices were some 3-4 years ago, the prices were much less, but now you have to spend at least $300 or $350 more to say that it is a mid-range phone under Samsung. But when you compare other smartphone brands, you get better value for money devices. This phone has a good set of cameras, a 50MP OIS primary camera that has stabilization, OIS stabilization, for that works on the 1080p resolution video, but it doesn't. The optical image stabilization doesn't work on the 4K videos. And it has a 12MP wide angle lens, and which is quite good, but there's a bit of distortion. And it has a 5MP macro camera, which is much better than the 2MP idiotic lenses that usual other brands give you. So you can check the specification of this phone in some other videos, but I'm just telling you a practical review of a user who is in India. And usually this phone doesn't have that heating issue, and this has a 5000 mAh battery, and it works well. So I had a terrible battery experience with Samsung Galaxy S21 FE. It was one of the bad phone that I regretted buying. Something similar to this Pixel 5. I had a terrible experience with Pixel 5 as well. So you can do editing, video editing, so many other stuff, but the speed difference would be 1/3 of Samsung S23. So the design language of this Samsung Galaxy is A54 5G is very similar to the Samsung Galaxy S23. The camera layout, I have put a case around this. So, and the design language is also very good and similar, but it weighs around 202 grams, but compact enough for me. And this has 120 Hz refresh rate with Super AMOLED display. Now I have enabled the auto refresh rate on, so it goes to 60. Now when I touch it, it changes to 120. I get a better battery life with this phone. It has a dual 5G on. So, and there's another feature that made this phone very interesting, is that it has an SD card. So it has a support for 1 terabyte of SD card, and I already have a 512 gigabytes of SD card. Usually SD cards are being removed from smartphones, but using that feature, I can add this to Samsung Galaxy A54 5G. So this is the internal storage. So this already has a 256 gigabytes of storage. I usually get around 5 to 6.5 hours of screen on time. So if you use it better, you can get around 7 hours or 8 hours of screen on time. I keep the 120 Hz refresh rate always on, and it's not on 5G, it's on 4G, and I don't keep the always on display on. When I go to office, I usually keep it on. Then I usually get around 5 hours of screen on time, which is quite good with the always on display on and the 5G mode on. This phone doesn't have that Samsung DEX feature, and this Android updates for 4 years and 5 years of security update. So it runs on Android 13. Like, it shows a bit of lag sometimes. That's the only problem. It doesn't heat much. It doesn't cause that terrible battery issue. I'm pretty much happy with this. It's a good phone to recommend, but not for gamers. This model has been updated with the Exynos 1380. The initial reviews of this phone was really bad because people used to complain that this model has got a slow processor, which is the Exynos 1380. But over a period of time, this has got a lot of updates, and the phone has aged well with the software updates. So most people complain about the lagginess of this phone at times. For me, I haven't seen much of lagginess. Most of the applications run smoothly, and there are no hiccups. This has a glass body. The plastic inside, the outer casing is a plastic, and then it is covered with sandwiched with a glass finish. Owing to this becomes slippery. These lenses protrude, and because of that, when you place it on the screen, it wobbles. So because of that, I put a case. This also has dark mode. Dark mode is quite good. In India, this phone doesn't have much demand. People don't get this device. But in other countries abroad, this device is in demand. So this video is being recorded from the front camera, 32 MP camera of Samsung Galaxy A54 5G. Now, this is how the front video, this is how the selfie video looks like. But this phone doesn't come with Samsung charger. So this supports 25 watt fast charging, but according to the 2023 standard, 25 watts is not fast charging anymore. There are standard like 65 to 80 watt, even 125 watt chargers available for other brands. It's still this phone takes exactly 1 hour 3 minutes or 1 hour 5 minutes to get it fully charged using the 25 watt charger. So you get a normal USB-C to USB-C wire apart from the charger, that which will not be available in the kit. This phone has wonderful haptics. The user feedback haptics of this A54 is very good. It can, even for the keyboard and all the other changes or things which you get, the haptics is very good. And so this haptics feature is little bad in Samsung Galaxy A34. So A54 has got the haptics right. This is how the image stabilization of this video looks like. It's recorded using A54's front camera. This is how the front cam stabilization works. I doubt if the stabilization works only on the back camera. For the front camera, it works like this. Let me check it during the editing if the stabilization is good enough on the front camera. This is how the internal sound of the front camera looks like. So I have connected Sony WC100 Bluetooth to A54. So this is how the stabilization works like with the front camera. Now this phone doesn't have that Samsung DEX feature, which is not available in this series, but this phone has all the other Samsung flagship features apart from the telephoto lens, but all the other features like Samsung Pay, Samsung Wallet, Knox security folder, all those stuffs are there, and there are phones with the Exynos that has aged well before, so I don't think there will not be a problem for A54 to follow that route. Now this phone has the voice focus feature. When you call the other party, the caller at the other end will be able to hear us better, and we also will be able to hear their voice better using the voice focus feature. This phone has dual stereo speakers, one at the bottom and one at the earpiece level. Now this phone doesn't have 3.5mm jack. Instead you need to use the USB-C connector to use any 3.5mm headphones. This has Dolby ATMOS, and because of that the audio experience is quite good. Now the video streaming, watching YouTube videos or on any other platforms is actually a breeze on this device. So this has a center punch out selfie display. So the front camera takes shape through this punch hole display. Now you can also customize this device based on your priority, based on theming, by using Good Luck and Theme Park, but I uninstalled those because I just wanted to have it as default. Now this device is running on Android 13. When you change wallpapers, all the theming becomes synonymous with the color palette of the wallpaper, and you can theme it accordingly. This phone has water resistance, IP67 rating. This phone supports a in-display fingerprint sensor, and it's quite fast enough. It can unlock directly from the lock screen, which is a bit slow than the S21 FE. The A54 Samsung Galaxy A54 5G is a much value for money phone than the Samsung Galaxy A54, which has a better processor, which is the MediaTek processor, which works considerably faster than this. So this phone is being shown as a biased review in so many other YouTube videos, but this phone is a value for money if you want the SD card, a good battery life, a decent camera, Then it has a 32 MP of front selfie camera. That is quite decent, which is very similar to the Samsung Galaxy S21 FE. But yeah, you don't get the optical image stabilization in 4K mode and all other things, but you don't get the portrait video. But this phone is good enough for daily tasks, and I think this phone can carry that best-selling phones brand lineage of Samsung Galaxy A series. So if you are a user looking out for a decent phone and without much expectations of a gaming phone, this phone can serve the purpose. So I hope this serves a real life experience of Samsung Galaxy A54. Let's meet in the next video. Until then, this is Anup signing off. Bye.